Hey everybody, it's Pixel, and today we're going to be making Gatorade muffins from our Mythical cookbook. And for that we're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 cup of unsalted butter at room temperature, 1/2 cup of sugar, 2 large eggs, 1/2 cup of sour cream, 1/2 cup of our Gatorade reduction, and 2 cups of frozen blueberries. This should be interesting. So let's get going. And to start off, we need to make the Gatorade reduction, which is literally just 2 of the 28-ounce bottles of blue Gatorade. Like, I'm not even sure it has an official flavor. It's just the blue one. This is going to be cooking to reduce down to a syrup for about 40 minutes on a nice rolling boil. And don't let it stick on the bottom, because it has a tendency to. So we'll be stirring it a lot of that time. While our Gatorade is boiling away over there, just keeping an eye on it, I'm going to add our teaspoon of baking soda and our teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to be mixing that together with a whisk very thoroughly. The next step is going to be to cream our 1/2 cup of sugar and 3/4 cup of room temperature - almost melting butter together thoroughly. There should be no dry sugar. It should all be incorporated very well. After that's thoroughly mixed together, we are going to be taking 1 egg at a time and cracking it into our mixture and mixing it back in just as thoroughly as we did the butter and sugar until both of them are mixed in as well. And the last step before we can add our Gatorade is to put in our 1/2 cup of sour cream. Our Gatorade's almost done reducing down, so we're going to be taking our 2 cups of blueberries and giving them a generous sprinkle of flour over the top. So we can mix that in and it can lightly coat them before we add them to our mixture. I've also taken the time to spray each of the muffin tins and add a paper covering, aka cupcake cup, to each one of them. So everything is ready for when our Gatorade is all done. Okay, we have made our Gatorade syrup mixture, and we're going to be pouring it in small intervals into our wet batter mixture. And I'll be right back when it's all done. And your mixture should be a very strange, lovely blue color before we start adding in our dry in small intervals also. And our last step before we get to dish them out into our muffin pan is putting in the blueberries little by little. You're going to want to fold that in because you really don't want it to start getting smushed up into our batter. And of course our final step before the oven is to take about 1/4 cup of each mix and put it into our muffin cups. This is going to go into our oven, which has been preheated to 375 for roughly about 15 or 20 minutes. You can optimally put a crumble on the top or a sprinkle of sugar, and I'm going to opt to put the sprinkle of sugar on the top of them before you bake them. Okay, our Gatorade muffins have come out of the oven, and Lyrical and I are going to have a little taste test. So, take your half.
They're pretty good, actually.
You think there's any Gatorade taste? I think there's some.
I taste more blueberry than anything.
Yeah, same here. It's a little twinge of it, though, in the batter, so the flavor is still there. They almost look like Cookie Monster muffins.
They do.
That's cute. Alright, well, what do you say they taste? Good, bad, never make them again?
I'd eat them again.
I think they're pretty good. Amazing, like way better than I thought they'd be. So, if you like what you saw, have the cookbook, want to tell me what you think about them, leave me a like, leave me a comment. I will see you in the next video.